feel as though there are a few things that are going on here. I feel as though someone very much wants things to appear very happy, all right? Very bright, very promising, very much put together, and they're not. Someone could feel as though their abundance is tied to their relationship, which if it's toxic, how? Like, I'm gonna need you to think about that and then make it make sense, okay? Hello, Sagittarius. How is it going? How are you feeling? My wonderful, fabulous Sagittarii. Sagittarius this is. I'm feeling quite all right myself, if I do say so myself. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for choosing to share some of yourself with me today. So for those of you that don't know, my name is A. For those of you that do, hey, we are going to do a general reading. You may resonate. If you have Sagittarius, the placement of your sun, moon, or ascendant, okay? Or anywhere else, honestly. But it's namely from my prominently placed Sagittarius, okay? We're just gonna get right on into this energy. Coming into this energy, I feel as though someone is in a period of realization, enlightenment, learning things about themselves. I feel as though you are trying hard to give yourself grace. You could be in an energy of feeling as though nothing that you've done matters. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. What that means for you, that's just real specific. Oh, something else that I was getting, asking your loved ones, like, please listen, just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. All right, so for some of you guys, you may be dealing with an addiction of some sort, or you could have had or could be having a realization about some sort of unhealthy or toxic habit or something that's may have been a regular part of your life for quite some time, that you're like, yeah, yo, I can't do this anymore. I can't have this anymore. I can't go here anymore, or whatever the case may be. I can't see this person anymore, whatever the case may be. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we did have the priest that speaks to Hierophant energy in this deck. Yep, I just saw the Eight of Cups walking away. So yeah, you're leaving some things behind, or something in particular behind. All right, all of that, all of that. I haven't even pulled yet. So let's get into the tarot. All right, you could, some of you guys, okay, I know I said we're gonna get into the tarot, but let me just get this out too. Some of you guys may be dealing with someone or in a relationship with someone, or again, maybe some sort of familial tie to someone who you feel as though legitimately needs you, or needed you, or uses you as a crutch, or has used you as a crutch. And okay, now that could be a new realization. So that could be a realization on top of the other realizations that you're having. Okay, all right, so let's also the islands may be of relevance to someone's, whatever islands. Okay, whatever islands. All right, if the islands mean something to you, then it's for you. Okay, there's islands all over the world. Okay, so you pick them. All right, now let's get into this energy. Up in the clouds and growing. Do you wanna fly with me? Someone really could like to travel, which, I mean, this is Sagittarius energy, so that's not shocking. Virgo energy may be of significance, as well as Libra energy or Gemini. You could be someone who's very, very attractive, right? Very pleasing to the eye, or so you think, anyhow. Which honestly, that's all that matters. Y'all, these messages are just coming, all right? Let's get to pulling. Okay, give me a second, guys. Why is this Nine of Cups here, please? Why is it Nine of Cups here? Why is it Nine of Cups here? Okay, so some of you guys could be having a realization about a marriage or a relationship. Some of you guys, you are a father figure. For others of you guys, this could be a realization about a father figure or a head of your household, or a father figure and the head of your household. Okay, your spouse perhaps. Okay. Aries energy, Libra energy may be of significance. I feel as though something that someone has been carrying, they feel as though they can't anymore. Yeah, you see how she's like stuff is falling out of her hands, right? She's trying to juggle too much, trying to carry too much. Whatever this burden is, I don't see the 10 of wands, but I'm just telling you what it is that I'm getting. Whoever you are, a side note, you could be someone who has a, what am I trying to say, like an enhanced ability. We're all born aware, right? We're all born with freshly open, wide third eyes, but just the lives that we lead and circumstances of our lives and things, it can get clouded and shrewd and muted over time. Anyhow, I say that to say you could be someone though who has something extra, okay? Something extra. And I feel as though it could have been like yelling at you, whatever it is, all right? So yeah, I'm not even trying to put a label or tell you what it is that you got, but whatever that is, you could have been trying to silence it for a while. It's time to listen to that. I feel like you know this. The number 2 may be of relevance. 22 may be of relevance. Okay, so back to this relationship that you could have been carrying or you could be carrying, that is just part of what that burden could be. Something about it feels unfair to you. And honestly, it could be that you feel as though you've been unfair or you're being unfair, or you could feel as though someone might fight you on leaving or something. You could be whoever this is. Okay, well, not whoever this is. You could be, if it's your spouse or your partner, you could really be their ultimate wish fulfillment, if you will, or at one point in time you were each other's, or it could be that maybe you are, I don't want to say you're thinking too highly of yourself, right? That's not what I feel, but it could be that you might be thinking that, how can I say this? So I'm going to say this, and then I'll try to clean it up. But what I'm getting is you could be thinking that you mean more to this person, or you are more for this person than you actually are. Okay, so now I'm going to backtrack. And what I mean by that is, right, so if you're married, right, obviously, if you don't right now, at one point in time, you meant a whole lot to this person. 1111, maybe of significance. Or I just saw that, if nothing else. And it could be that perhaps you are idolizing yourself in their eyes, or projecting how you feel as though they view you onto them, and it could not be to that extent. I mean, that's what I'm getting. So I'm not even gonna try to clean that up. It is what it is. Okay, that's what I'm getting. All right. So anyway, so it could be part of that burden. You need to just let that go, because I mean, if that is the case, then that is the case, and if it's not, then it's not. You don't have control over either of those things, though, right? So if somebody is, if you do want to walk away from a relationship or something, if somebody fights you on it, if they're gonna fight you on it, they're gonna fight you on it. Okay. It could also be that you feel like someone wants to fight for it, or you feel as though you should fight for it. It could be that you feel as though you should, but you don't want to. And that could be causing some conflict. I feel like you're just looking for clarity. I feel as though you found clarity with regard to yourself, but that could be also why you are in a place of, like, again, just asking like your loved ones. You could be someone who has a very close-knit family, very much like tied together family. Like, you could be somebody like y'all all in each other's shit, all right? Some families are close-knit and some are not. Yours is, all right? That's what I'm getting. Virgo energy may be irrelevant. I feel like I said that, though. Maybe not, though. And then one more, please. I feel like you could be someone who has always said whatever it is that you need to say to get things done. That's a kind way of saying you could be a manipulator. All right, that could be something else that you're having a realization about. Okay, I just heard the word tizzy. So maybe somebody's having a tizzy, or have you all up in a tizzy in your head? I don't know. Also, I was just getting throw the rock and hide your hand. Okay. I was also getting counting cards. So those are both ways to say like cheating or being less than honest. So there may have been cheating or something unfair that's in the mix of all of this. I just feel like whatever this is, a very multi-layered situation, circumstance. You could have a few different things going on in your life, Sagittarius. Okay, what else? Yeah, this tower. Yeah, that's this tower. All right, so we got Aries energy again, Scorpio. Okay, Mars energy, so Aries again. In these realizations that you're having, I feel like part of the reason why you're reflecting on your manipulative nature, right, that you may have had a tendency to ensue in the past, is you're trying to figure out how to figure this out, right? And this being whatever this is, what is going to be the most fair for everyone? What is going to have you happy? And you do deserve happiness, all right? So I feel as though you could be, for as much as you are trying to give yourself grace, I feel as though you could also be beating yourself up about certain things at the same time. Again, this is very specific. I don't feel like I need to do a whole lot more pulling. I feel as though if by now, you know whether or not this is your story, okay? There is definitely some sort of change, some sort of transformation, some sort of, I'm hearing catapult. Something is being forced, all right? And honestly, that could be a poor choice of words, but it could, for you, it could feel forced. But I feel like if it's forced, if it feels forced, this is just because whatever this is a long time coming. Whatever this is something that could be written for you. It's been delayed, okay? And, you know, if you're someone who does believe in divine timing, I mean, things happen as they should. This is facing upright, this King of Pentacles. So you could definitely be someone who is about your paper, right? Your paper. Let me just see. Okay, so what this is giving, okay. So you could be someone who really you could be attached to the image of something, the way something looks. You could very much care how others view you, how others view your family, how others view your life. That could be something that you put off on others. For instance, you could be someone who says things like, well, I don't really care how other people see me, but I care about how my family sees me, or I care about how this person over here sees me, which for all intents and purposes, I mean, that's fair, but in your situation, I feel as though that is a cop-out because you very much care. And again, that's no judgment. I'm just telling you what it is. And I feel as though there are a few things that are going on here. I feel as though someone very much wants things to appear very happy, all right? Very bright, very promising, very much put together, and they're not. Or that is very much what you want anyway, in general, for whatever it is that you have going on to be together, but it's not. You want to put it back together, you want to fix it, but it's not. So you have the option of, listen, I feel like, again, you're just carrying stuff and you're taking on stuff that is not for you to carry. You have to let it go. Again, I feel as though with you, that could very much be an ego thing. I feel as though it makes you feel like you have a purpose. It makes you feel like you're doing something if you carry all of this extra stuff, and all it's doing is making things harder for you. So that's another message in this. Like I said, there are a lot of realizations that are happening. I mean, here's the thing. Whatever it is that you want to be happy and you want to be bright and you want people to think, it's not. Okay? It's not. So there's that. And then as far as the realizations that you're having about yourself, in order to keep moving through that and making these realizations constructive, you have to be willing to, okay, I just feel someone just really does not want to be embarrassed, okay? Honestly, at the end of the day, who loves being embarrassed, right? Who loves being humiliated? The thing is, you cannot be embarrassed or humiliated without your permission, right? So things are only embarrassing if you tell yourself that they're embarrassing, right? Part of that comes with really learning yourself, knowing yourself. When you are really, 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 really strong in who you are, it makes it really hard to embarrass you because you know who you are, right? You're able to shamelessly claim your shit, right? You're able to own all of your shit. So it's kind of like things that people might throw at you or may come up, may be brought up about you or your life, your situation, or whatever the case may be, your family, your kids, your job, whatever the case is. If you've already if you know yourself and you know what is there to be embarrassed about, right? If you worked through it, what is there to be embarrassed about? Do you understand? I hope that you do. I hope that you're following me. That is going to be one of those things where I feel as though you're not going to really get and grasp until you get it. Let's take a very, very simple example, right? Let's say you were walking down the street one day and you tripped, you fell, all right? You got up, you kept on walking. You're not embarrassed because you know that you tripped and fell. And then you got up and you kept on walking. There's no feeling of embarrassment there. Some people might get embarrassed, right? But you're not embarrassed. You're like, what's there to get embarrassed about? Like, I tripped and I fell and I got up and I kept on walking. Like, what is there to be embarrassed about? That happened. Yes. Do you get what I'm saying? I tried to scale it back and use like a very, very basic example because that same principle applies to larger things in life, if you will. Things that you could consider to be embarrassing now. I'm just saying that if you know who you are and you are comfortable in your skin, you're comfortable with everything that you've done, you're comfortable with your life, the choices that you've made, all right? And I'm not saying that it's easy to get there, okay? But you get there. There isn't a whole lot to be embarrassed about. You feel me? Now, you could certainly recognize I could have handled A, B, and C differently, but I'm not embarrassed because this is a part of my journey. This is a part of my story. So I'm not going to keep going. I can just keep going on that. But I guess if you need assistance with that or you want some help with that, just send me an email. So that could be real specific. But I say all that to say, someone really could be struggling with the way things appear and not wanting to be embarrassed, not wanting to feel humiliated. And I'm just saying that the only person that is going to put those feelings on you is you, boo. All right. So we're going to get ready to end it. But I will say good job on the realizations that you are having. Perhaps take a vacation. Remember I was saying that the islands are of significance. So again, whatever islands. Okay. Maybe go to an island. Okay. For some of you guys, I mean, islands don't necessarily have to be hot and warm and sweltering heat and flowing ocean. There's cold islands too, right? There's freezing islands. I'm just saying, just whatever the case is, whatever is a vacation for you, maybe take a break and maybe do that by yourself. All right, regardless of what anybody says. Regardless of what anybody says. Obviously not your spouse, right? If you are married, okay, or you're in a committed relationship and your spouse is like, listen, okay, and you want to maintain that relationship and it's worth salvaging to you, and your spouse is like, I don't want to say no, you can't go because you're a grown adult, but if they voice like, hey, I'm not comfortable with you, y'all gonna have to figure that out because I do feel as though somebody needs to take some sort of sabbatical alone. Okay, so just throw that out there. I don't want anybody to be like, well, she said I need to go by myself, so fuck what you talking about. Like, no, listen, do not disrespect your spouse. I'm just saying, like, within the inner workings of you and your situation, figure that out. All right. Yeah, someone does need to take some sort of trip or some sort of like spiritual bath and just kind of cleanse yourself, rid yourself of what you've realized, right? Get all that shit off, okay? Because you still got some stuff to work through. But again, this is good. It's good, okay? Some of you guys, you do have a loyal partner who wants to be here for you, okay? And you need to just let them in, all right? That's very specific as well. I feel like someone's bottom line, though, is always money. So careful with that. Be careful with that, because that mentality can turn toxic. And that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to dig into it. All right. So I feel like I've given a mouthful of advice, but let's just see if anything else comes out, please, Spirit. Is there anything else for my Sagittarius's advice? Okay, so Gemini energy. So somebody, either someone has Gemini in a prominent placement, or they could have a father figure or a significant other who is a Gemini. All right, we have this lovers. Lovers can speak to teamwork, decision-making, choices, can speak to romantic relationships, could speak to romantic decisions being made, or some sort of like divine, deep, intense partnership. Speaks to Gemini energy, though. Fell on top of this Emperor, which is how I was getting that foundation, that father figure energy, that spouse energy. Could be you, though. Decision is going to have to be made, though, as far as that is concerned. So let me just, as far as what the tarot has to say, let me get two more, please. We have Exchange by Bryson Tiller that's playing. I'm pretty sure it's give me all of you in exchange for me. All right, which, okay, that's a fair exchange, right? But y'all both got to be on the same page. So that's specific. All right, two more. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, there's a lot of major arcana, chat. Yeah. Okay. So the three final cards that y'all got are major arcana. Okay, so for those of you that may not know, major arcanas are they're major. They're major cards. So these are indicators of significant happenings, significant things that happen in our lives, significant changes, significant, just they hold weight. Okay. So the first one out we had was the Lovers, which I've already spoken to. We then had Wheel of Fortune, and we have Death. All right. So there is going to be some sort of significant relationship that is going to be coming to an end. All right. I do feel as though that is going to be the case for some of you guys. All right. For some of you, a new you is coming to the forefront. I mean, like I said, those realizations right at the beginning of this read, before I even started pulling the tarot, all of that was channeled. Okay. You just have to allow yourself to grow. Okay. So you could be holding yourself back, and it could be attached to this mindset that you have surrounding money. All right. Just saying that because the Death fell on top of this King of Pentacles, which is really what I was just getting money from that. All right. Someone could feel as though their abundance is tied to their relationship, which if it's toxic, how? Like, I'm going to need you to think about that and then make it make sense. Okay. 31 may be of relevance. Okay. Change is here. All right. It's time for something to end. Remember how I was saying I was getting an energy of you could be feeling like something is forced? And while, yes, divine timing, everything in divine timing, if you ask me, which you're watching me, so you are, all of these changes, all of these things that are happening, these realizations, they had to, because I feel as though you won't go and change otherwise, right? You were not going to start to have the realizations that you are having, making the changes that you are making or will be implementing, all right? And for some of you guys, it's not going to be fun, okay? Or it hasn't been fun, okay? For some of you guys, it's going to be very, very sudden, all right? Now, this could have different effects for many different people. I'm hearing spring. So for some of you guys, this spring is significant. This is a timeless read. So whenever you see this, whenever the next spring is for you, at the time of this, we are about to be in fall. Okay. So the spring could hold some weight or be of some significance, or perhaps all of this could make sense come the spring, or the ashes of whatever this is that's being burned down may finally start to settle around the spring. Okay. Or summer. We have Leo energy. Yeah, I'm gonna just read them all. So as far as major arcana, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Gemini. Okay. It's gonna be all right. I feel like someone's like, but you're not telling me, like, you're not, like, this isn't helping, in which I'm sorry if it's not helping, but that is my intent. Just because you might not agree with what I'm saying doesn't make it incorrect. It could just be you don't agree with it, which, I mean, it is what it is, though, right? It is what it is. I'm just gonna say that. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, and then this just fell out. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Cups again. Okay. Someone has a toxic relationship when it comes to money. Somebody really has a toxic relationship. I feel like whatever that is, I'm not gonna keep going because it's been long enough. But whatever that is, you do need to let it go. So listen, you're not going to get all of the answers overnight. I just feel like it's time for me to get out this energy. I just got someone crying. Someone just like crying at night, like crying. Someone could feel as though they're letting a lot of people down. But at the same time, you're trying to be kind to yourself. So I'm sending you a hug. You got to be willing to let go of things that you are not willing to let go of, all right? There's a relationship. Again, you're very much concerned with optics. You need to let that go, okay? You can't keep blaming it on your kids. Oh, we're staying together for the kids, or my kids, my kids are going to be devastated if we split households. I mean, but are they? It'll be a change. But okay, this is gonna be specific. I just got, if y'all calling the police, okay? If y'all are fighting, if y'all are arguing, okay? If y'all are really, really, really unhealthy, just like icky, nasty towards each other, do you not think that energy is in your home? Do you not think that they're picking up on that? Now, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying that, think about it. Because that's got to be the most, I cannot stand when I hear people say, oh, we're just toughing it out for the kids. No, you're toughing it out for you, because you're telling yourself that that's going to be easier because you don't want to have to deal with the shit that's going to come with splitting up, right? Because you're not benefiting your kids by keeping everybody in a toxic situation where everybody is miserable. Because even if it's a situation where your kids ain't never heard you fight, ever, y'all fight. Well, yeah, I was gonna say or argue, but like this is giving fight, right? It's not funny, but y'all fight. Y'all could fight in whispered tones, in hushed tones after the kids are asleep. Y'all could fight in the car, just where your kids are. They pick up on that. On top of that, you're not able to be your best self for them. So listen, you got a lot to work through. You got a lot to figure out, but you are doing the work. So I feel as though that is really good. There's a lot of major arcana out here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have so 50% of the cards are major arcana. We got 18 out here. 50% of the cards are major arcana. I feel like someone is going to have to step outside of step outside of their feelings. We got this Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck again. Step outside of your feelings with this King of Cups and this Two of Pentacles. Poor baby just dropping the shit because she's trying to hold on to too much, all right? You're going to have to make a decision. You got a few decisions that need to be made, all right? Subscribe if you have not. We will keep pulling on this energy, okay? You are not alone. You are not alone. We're going to figure it out. We're going to work through it, all right? Send me an email if you want a personal read. I got you, okay? It's going to be okay. You are doing the work, like I said, so that's a good thing. You are having these realizations about yourself. That is a good thing. Just don't let all of the work that you are doing be in vain because you're not willing to see clear. All right. With that, I'm gonna just let it go. We gonna be done. Okay. We gonna be done because this can just keep going. This can just keep going. There's a lot here. There's a lot to unpack, but it's gonna be okay. I'm sending you a hug. I do hope that resonated. I do hope that helped in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time, Sagittarius. Mwah, mwah.